You guys told me to do this, so I'm doing this. So, peace, love, and light. Shout out to everybody tapped into the Chosen Earth Angel Queen channel. So excited for y'all to be here. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel because I'm dropping footage. I'm talking about travel footage. I'm talking about showing y'all different sides, showing y'all the real rising star, the real rising queen that I am. So make sure you are subscribing to the channel to get exclusive content that I'm not releasing nowhere else but on this YouTube channel. So you want to subscribe to this channel, okay? So as I say that, let's get into this message. And it's about, sorry, I gotta bust y'all bubbles, but some of people are in these relationships, these unhealthy relationships. I want to ask you guys, do you guys, just coming from a perspective, this is a question that I have to ask for someone who's not 100% happy. I mean 100%. You can't be, I don't want a relationship if I'm not 100% happy. And I'm too grown, too old, young. I don't want to say I'm old, but I'm too wise with experience to be living my life and I'm not completely happy. I know I'm a great catch. I know make my man, I'm just the type of lover I am. My man gonna be 1,000% happy. So I gotta be 1,000 too. Like if I, you know what I mean? I just know what I give and bring to the table. So I don't know how other people are, where they at on the spectrum of this, but this message is definitely for you. If you hear, I want to talk about this. Okay, so do you know, just from my experience, when I didn't have this perception, I didn't always have this perception like, oh, I'm going to, no, I've been in some toxic, domestic, violent ass relationships years ago. Thank God, it's been some years that I haven't, and it gave me the wisdom to be like, I will never do that again. Like, but I did not realize at the time how much time would fly by, and all I would be doing is being toxic. Years will fly by and I would not get no progress because God doesn't bless mess. You can't energetically, you can't tell me you after success, but your relationship is toxic. Successful people the fruits of their labor as far as relationships, most of the time they're in happy relationships. If you know to look at every successful woman, every successful man, a lot of them have a strong partnerships with people, good partnerships with people, or even at the time, maybe some people grow out that situation with that partner, but at the time they were all on the same page. They were able to elevate, shift the energy. Your partner, if you're arguing, you're in a toxic relationship, you can't tell me you want success. Ain't no way, because it don't add up. How the hell you don't know where your husband at, calling people phones, don't know where your wife is at, crying on Instagram, Facebook? How are you, in the toxic energy of infidelity, or in the toxic energy of being emotionally abused, mentally abused, being the toxic energy of always giving, not receiving, being the toxic energy of no one not being appreciated of your efforts? How can you remain in that energy and get somewhere? That don't add up. That's bringing you down. That's keeping you stagnant. So a lot of people's downfalls be the environment, the people they with, and a lot of them are so in these relationships based off of what they need. It might be financial reasons, sexual reasons. It's just based off of these reasons that it's not substantial at all to even be with somebody. Like, that's something you could do on a weekend. You don't make that a life. You don't make life situations with temporary people, and that's what people be doing. They be making real life choices with people that are temporary, and then they see themselves stuck in a zone, and they can't get out the zone because they ain't released these anchors. They haven't released the anchors. So if you success and toxicity and toxic people and having to play games and manipulate and be someone's revenge and all that, you can't tell me you successful. You can't tell me that you up. Nah. Because real strong people can be alone and walk with God and be successful before they be with somebody. I don't care how many kids you got with them. I don't care how many years you've been in toxicity with them. And none of that is more important than when somebody really wants something, they gonna let go of every that damn thing to get it. That's where success lies. And that means letting go of toxic situations. So that's what I wanted to say is like, if you're after success and you think that you finna get it out in your toxic relationship, that you unhappy and you ain't, baby, you're not gonna get to the level. I'm gonna have to be real with you. I want to get you mad enough to just look at your situation and be like, you know what? If I want to make this next move in my life, it's some people that I'm laying right next to that I need to go divorce, that I need to leave them alone because. And another thing is, people be with other people who are looking for happiness outside of themselves. You cannot be in a relationship when you don't make your own self happy, when your happiness depends on what somebody else can do for you. That is, that's the wrong place to be. When your happiness relies on what somebody can do for you, you gonna give all that power and control to somebody else to make you happy. Woo, 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 woo. I gotta breathe. I'm gonna breathe, y'all. It's going to take for you to love yourself. It's going to take for you to get alone, to really love yourself, to know what you deserve, and to know that I make myself happy. I complete me. So when I complete me, I'm already full. And so when I come to the relationship, I'm lifting up the relationship. I'm lifting up my partner. I'm not bringing my partner down. I'm not jealous of what they got. I'm not mad. I want to contribute. How do we be a team? You know, some of y'all may just need some little counseling, but I doubt it. I bet you a lot of y'all chose partners without the right mindset, because this day and age, people, they scary. They don't believe in themselves, man. They don't believe in themselves. And they don't trust God. They don't believe in themselves, or they don't even believe in God to trust God. They don't have, I don't know how they're doing it, y'all. I don't know. I just been through a lot, and I've been in those situations, y'all. And I'm just saying, like, and I'm now that I'm like heavily 6 years out of it, 7 years out of it, I'm looking back like, damn, I was in them zombie ass relationships. And let me tell you something too. I gotta tell y'all this last little bit, and we finna close this video out. It was about time. That's what we're talking about. I got sidetracked. God was using me right now. I got sidetracked. Okay, but the biggest thing is about time. You don't realize how much time you waste in those relationships. People be so comfortable because of the kids, because we got married, because of I know you, the friendship. We're friends, but when it comes to lovers, I'm not attracted to you. I don't want to do this. Like, it's so many different dynamics where people can just be stuck with people for no reason at all, because they think in their mind this is what they're supposed to do for whatever. Really, it's not coming from a place of self-love. It's coming from a place of validation, of needing, codependency. So there'll be so much time that pass. And do you know that, like, I've seen people be in unhappy ass situations and they stagnant as hell, and I'll not be around them, and maybe a year or two will pass, and I'll be like, I'll look like maybe they'll reach out, maybe something happened, or I'll follow up or something like that, and then I'll be like, damn, you in the same old toxic ass, damn girl, you in the same toxic situation, ain't nothing changed, you still unhappy, you still at that job, you still mad at the world. You still just living, thinking that you can't do this. You thinking for some reason, you thinking that you can't make a move for yourself. You're paralyzed by this situation, stagnant and paralyzed. Because and they really casted a spell on themselves. All that arguing back and forth, all that believing that what this man that told you, all that believing what this woman that told you, you ain't nobody, you need me, and all that stuff. They casted all these spells when you accepted it, when you said, you know what, that could be true, you accepted the motherfucking spell, you accepted it, and then you stay paralyzed and stagnant in this damn situation. Ain't that much self-sacrificing in the goddamn world, okay? So, and people will lose out on their blessings, lose out on where they're supposed to be because they're in them damn relationships, and time will fly by. The person can be by themselves and get so much more accomplished than being in somebody a person can do in 1 year what they've been trying to do in 10 years. just being in a toxic relationship, not getting ahead, being stagnant, not having nobody holding no accountability, just staying complacent. And they separate from that person 1 year. I'm talking about 1 or 2 years, totally different person, totally new attitude. They can move levels up, all because they let the toxicity go. So that's our biggest downfall in our community, is really allowing the toxicity in these relationships, because it stops people from growing, and it keeps people under that spell work. And I want y'all to, I recognized it when I was in those situations, and I literally had to ignore my circumstances, ignore the fact that I was in a domestic relationship, looking outside of a window where I was in a weekly, didn't have nowhere to go, didn't have no house, literally trying to get to the next place to live and all that stuff. I had those dark moments, and I had to block out everything that was around me, and I had to convince myself that I could do something better. And maybe the next year, I got to a better place, and the next year I got to a better place, and the next year I got to a better place. So it really takes for you to psychologically be super strong outside of the circumstance, outside of the people cussing. There used to be people fighting in the background, people on drugs, all kind of stuff was around me. But all I could think about was where I wanted to be at, and needing to know how to get there, wanting to get there, needing to know how to get there, but just believing. Like literally just praying and believing, man. I'm telling you, it works. The stuff works. I'm a witness. Not giving up. And I struggled at first, that I wanted to be out the situation, and then I caught myself moving out of town, and I had the guy come move with me, and then that didn't work. Then when I moved again, he came with me again, and finally he did something happened, and I said to myself, I'm not doing this. This is last straw. It was the last straw as we was fighting, and my daughter ended up calling the police. And once my daughter maybe I don't think they were in high school. They were like in middle school. Probably just starting middle school. And I said, I ain't finna keep doing this. And I let go of that situation, and I actually got out of it. And then I met someone else, and I got into like a third party, didn't know it, and I went through so many different phases of situations to the point where it all actually helped me know what I want, helped me know my worth, helped me get to the place I'm at, where I'm at right now. And I wouldn't say that I'm comfortable being by myself. I've grown to be so comfortable in it, but I don't like the term single and happy, because it's not like I don't want to be a wife and I don't want to be married and things like that. It's just that the right timing. I believe in right timing. I'm not gonna force nothing, okay? God is not gonna make it hard for me to. He gonna make it real easy. If he want me to be in a relationship, he gonna make it real easy. It's not gonna be complicated, okay? And I ain't pushing all that. But anyway, that's a little personal business, y'all. I had to talk to y'all about this relationship stuff, because I keep seeing it still repeating. And I've been out of it, and just to know how further I got ahead while people stayed where they was at. And I'm like, well, damn, if they wouldn't have been in that relationship, they would have been right here with me. Like, they would have been right on the level. But I can't look back, because I'm going to turn the fucking stone, baby. I'm out of here. If y'all enjoyed the message, peace, love, and light to y'all. Make sure y'all subscribing, or telling y'all I'm dropping that new content. Y'all don't want to miss my travel vlogs. So make sure that y'all are subscribing. Talk to y'all next time. Bye.